Alarm bells rang through the command center of the Valdorian Empire's deep space monitoring station. Admiral Krex jumped from his chair as red lights flashed across every screen in the room. In his 40 years of service, he had never seen the sensors react like this. "What is happening?" Krex demanded, rushing to the main console where his officers stared at readings that made no sense. "Sir, we are detecting massive energy signatures at the edge of our space," reported Lieutenant Voss, his voice shaking. "The computers cannot identify what we are seeing." Krex looked at the display screen. 12 massive objects moved through space in perfect formation. Each one showed energy readings that were off the charts. The shapes were strange, unlike any ship design in the Empire's vast databases. "How big are they?" Krex asked. "Each vessel appears to be over 2 kilometers long, sir. But the strange thing is, our sensors show they are moving faster than anything we have ever recorded." Chief Analyst Vera ran into the command center, holding a datapad with trembling hands. She was the smartest person in the Empire when it came to alien technology, but her face showed pure confusion. "Admiral, these readings are impossible," Vera said, catching her breath. "These ships are using some kind of space-folding technology. They are covering distances in hours that should take our fastest ships months to travel." Krex felt a cold fear creep up his spine. The Valdorian Empire controlled 847 star systems. They had the most powerful military in the known galaxy. They had never encountered anything that could challenge their might. Until now. "Are they weapons platforms?" Krex asked. "We cannot tell, sir. The energy signatures are unlike anything in our records. Some readings suggest incredible defensive capabilities, while others show power sources that could destroy entire planets." Meanwhile, 300 light-years away, Captain Torres sat in the bridge of the human exploration vessel, Wanderer. He was reviewing star charts when his communications officer, Lieutenant Park, called for his attention. "Captain, we are picking up some interesting signals from this sector," Park said. "It looks like there might be an advanced civilization nearby." Torres smiled. This was exactly what the Earth Exploration Corps hoped to find. After 50 years of faster-than-light travel, humans had met several alien species. Most were friendly. Some needed help with technology or resources. All became valuable allies and friends. "What kind of signals?" Torres asked. "Radio communication, sir. Very organized patterns. It looks like they have a large network covering multiple star systems." "Excellent. Prepare a first contact message. Standard diplomatic protocols." Dr. Yuki, the expedition's lead scientist, looked up from her research station. "Captain, should we call for backup?" "We do not know how many ships they might have." Torres laughed. "Yuki, we are explorers, not conquerors. 12 ships should be more than enough for peaceful contact. Besides, if they have radio technology, they are probably not much more advanced than humans were a few centuries ago." Back on the Valdorian monitoring station, the situation was getting worse by the hour. Reports flooded in from border systems as the alien fleet moved deeper into Empire space. What terrified the Valdorians most was how the aliens seemed to appear and disappear at will. "Sir," Lieutenant Voss called out, his voice now filled with panic. "We are receiving a transmission from the alien fleet." "Put it on speakers," Krex ordered. The message was short but clear. "Greetings. We come in peace to establish diplomatic relations. Please respond if you wish to communicate." The command center fell silent. Vera checked her translation systems 3 times before speaking. "Admiral, our computers are having trouble with their language. The translation keeps changing. Sometimes it says they come in peace. Other times it suggests they are making demands for surrender." Krex studied the message again. The words seemed simple enough, but something felt wrong. Why would beings with such advanced technology need to communicate at all? In his experience, species with superior weapons usually just attacked. "What do you think they really want?" Krex asked Vera. "I think they are testing us, sir. This peaceful message might be a way to make us lower our defenses before they strike." The Admiral nodded. It made sense. These aliens had technology that seemed almost magical. Ships that could travel between stars in hours instead of months. Energy sources that could power entire planets. Defensive systems that made their vessels nearly invisible to sensors. "Send a message to Imperial Command," Krex ordered. "Tell Emperor Nexus that we may be facing the greatest threat in our history." As the message raced through quantum communication networks across the Empire, panic began to spread. Military commanders pulled up old battle plans. Scientists tried to understand technology that seemed to break the laws of physics. Politicians debated whether to negotiate or fight. On the Wanderer, Captain Torres waited patiently for a response to his peaceful greeting. His crew continued their standard exploration duties, mapping star systems and studying local space phenomena. None of them realized that their simple presence had caused an entire galactic empire to prepare for war. "Captain," Lieutenant Park called out after several hours, "we are detecting massive fleet movements in this sector. It looks like hundreds of ships are heading toward our position." Torres raised an eyebrow. "Hundreds? That seems like a lot for a welcoming committee." Dr. Yuki checked her sensors again. "Captain, I am reading over 2,000 vessels now. They appear to be military ships." "Interesting," Torres said, stroking his chin. "Maybe they want to show us their fleet strength as part of their greeting ceremony. Some cultures do that." What Torres did not know was that every ship in the Valdorian military was being mobilized. Emergency orders went out to naval bases across 8 NAR-47 star systems. The Empire's greatest generals were called to emergency meetings. Ancient weapons that had not been used in centuries were being prepared for battle. Back on the monitoring station, Admiral Krex received new orders from Imperial Command. Emperor Nexus himself had decided that these aliens posed too great a threat to ignore. The Empire would gather its entire military might to face this unknown enemy. "Sir," Lieutenant Voss reported, "the alien fleet has stopped moving. They are holding position at the edge of our space." "Good," Krex said. "That gives us time to prepare our response." But Vera looked worried as she studied the latest sensor readings. "Admiral, I am detecting something new. The aliens are sending out small scout ships. They seem to be studying our technology." What she was actually seeing were standard sensor drones that all human exploration ships use to gather scientific data. To the Valdorians, these simple devices looked like advanced spy equipment, designed to find weaknesses in their defenses. "They are planning their attack," Krex said grimly. "Send word to all ships. The Empire will not fall without a fight." As night fell on both sides of the coming conflict, neither humans nor Valdorians truly understood what was about to happen. The humans saw this as an exciting opportunity to make new friends and share knowledge with another advanced civilization. The Valdorians saw it as a fight for their very survival against beings who possessed godlike technology. The stage was set for a confrontation that would change the galaxy forever. But first, both sides would have to learn that sometimes the greatest battles are won not with weapons, but with understanding. The day humanity arrived with a fleet. The Empire stood frozen in terror. Emperor Nexus stood before the massive holographic display in the Imperial War Room. The ancient chamber had seen many conflicts over the centuries, but never anything like this. Around the circular table sat the most powerful military leaders in the Valdorian Empire. "Gentlemen," the Emperor began, his voice heavy with concern, "we face an enemy unlike any we have encountered before." General Brack, a veteran warrior with scars from the asteroid wars, slammed his fist on the table. "Your Majesty, I have fought against rebels, pirates, and alien raiders for 30 years. No enemy is too strong for the Imperial fleet." "This is different, General," said Chief Analyst Vera, activating the holographic display. "These beings possess technology that our best scientists cannot explain. Look at these readings." The display showed energy patterns and movement data from the alien fleet. Even the most experienced military minds in the room struggled to understand what they were seeing. War Master Thorn, the Empire's finest tactical genius, studied the data carefully. His reputation was built on analyzing enemy weaknesses and creating winning battle strategies. But this time his face showed only confusion and worry. "Your Majesty," Thorn said slowly, "I have studied every battle in Imperial history. I have never seen ships that can move like this. They appear to bend space itself around them. What does that mean for our defense?" Emperor Nexus asked. "It means they can strike anywhere in our empire within hours. Our fleets need weeks to move between distant systems. If they wanted to attack us, we would have no way to stop them." The room fell silent as the full meaning of this sank in. The Valdorian Empire's strength had always been its vast size and numerous fleets. But distance meant nothing to an enemy that could travel between stars as easily as walking across a room. "How many ships can we gather?" the Emperor asked. General Brack checked his datapad. "We can mobilize 10,000 vessels within 2 weeks. Every battleship, sea, ricer, and fighter in the Empire." "Do it," Emperor Nexus ordered. "Send the call to every naval base and military station. This empire will not fall without the greatest battle in our history." While the Valdorian Empire prepared for war, The human exploration fleet continued their peaceful mission. Dr. Yuki worked in her laboratory aboard the science vessel Discovery, studying star charts and analyzing the local space region. Fascinating, she said to her research assistant, Lieutenant Drake. This area shows signs of ancient civilizations. Some of these star systems have artificial structures that must be thousands of years old. Do you think the aliens we contacted built them? Drake asked, possibly. Or maybe they found them like we did. Either way, this could be one of the most important archaeological discoveries in human history. In the ship's engineering section, Commander Hayes was having his own interesting discoveries. The local space showed unusual energy patterns that suggested very advanced technology. Captain Torres, Hayes called over the communication system. You might want to see this. I am detecting massive industrial activity throughout this sector. Torres made his way to the engineering deck. What kind of activity? Ship construction, sir, lots of it. Based on these energy readings, they are building hundreds of new vessels every day. Torres smiled. They must have a very active space program. Maybe they are preparing some kind of celebration fleet for our arrival. What Torres did not realize was that every shipyard in the Valdorian Empire was working around the clock to build new warships. Emergency orders had gone out to convert civilian vessels into military transports. Mining stations were being turned into weapon platforms. On the Valdorian border world of Corvin Prime, Scout Leader Jackson led a team of reconnaissance specialists toward the edge of Imperial space. Their mission was to get close enough to study the alien fleet without being detected. Stay low and keep sensors on minimum power, Jackson whispered to his team as their small scout ship approached the area where the aliens waited. Through the ship's viewports, they could see the 12 human vessels hanging in space like silent guardians. Each ship was massive and beautiful, with smooth curves and gleaming metal surfaces that reflected starlight. They do not look like any warships I have ever seen, said Scout Mira, the team's technology specialist. That might be exactly why they are so dangerous, Jackson replied. Our warships are built for intimidation. These ships are built for purposes we do not understand. As they watched, one of the alien vessels suddenly disappeared from their sensors, only to reappear on the other side of their formation a few seconds later. Did you see that? Mira gasped. It just vanished and reappeared instantly. Record everything, Jackson ordered. Command needs to know what we are dealing with. What the scouts had witnessed was a routine maintenance check of the Wanderer's faster-than-light drive system. Engineer Kelly had conducted a short test jump to make sure all systems were working properly. To the Valdorians, it looked like magic. Back in the Imperial War Room, reports continued to flood in from across the Empire. Admiral Krex's initial warning had sparked the largest military mobilization in Valdorian history. Fleets that had been scattered across hundreds of star systems were now racing toward the border. Status report, Emperor Nexus demanded. General Brack consulted his displays. We have 3,000 ships already in position, with 7,000 more arriving over the next 10 days. Every major fleet commander is taking personal command of their battle groups. What about our secret weapons? The Emperor asked. War Master Thorn activated a classified display. The Devastator-class ships are being prepared. We have not used them since the rebellion of the Outer Colonies 50 years ago. The Devastator ships were the Empire's most powerful weapons. Each one carried enough firepower to destroy entire moons. They were kept in secret bases and only used in the most desperate situations. How many? Emperor Nexus asked. 12, Your Majesty. 1 for each alien vessel. Meanwhile, on the human research ship Discovery, Dr. Yuki made a discovery that excited her scientific mind. She had been studying the radio signals from the local civilization and found something unexpected. Captain Torres, she called over the communication system. I think these aliens have a very large population. The communication pattern suggests they control hundreds of star systems. That is impressive, Torres replied. They must have a very organized society. This could be exactly the kind of advanced civilization that Earth has been hoping to meet. Dr. Yuki continued her analysis, not knowing that every message she intercepted was actually military communications coordinating the largest battle fleet in galactic history. As the two sides prepared for what each thought was coming, the misunderstanding grew deeper. The humans saw signs of a thriving, advanced civilization that would make excellent trading partners and friends. The Valdorians saw evidence of an invasion force with technology beyond their ability to understand or fight. On both sides, Leaders made decisions based on incomplete information. The humans prepared standard diplomatic protocols for peaceful first contact. The Valdorians prepared for a war that would determine the fate of their entire civilization. Scout leader Jackson's team continued to watch the alien fleet, sending regular reports back to Imperial Command. Each report made the situation seem more desperate. The aliens are launching small craft, Jackson reported during one transmission. They appear to be conducting detailed scans of our space. What he was actually seeing were scientific probe launches. The human exploration ships routinely sent out research drones to study new star systems, looking for interesting planets, asteroid formations, or space phenomena. They are mapping our defenses, War Master Thorne concluded when he received the report. They are preparing for a coordinated attack. The stage was set for a confrontation that neither side wanted, but both sides thought was inevitable. The greatest military force in galactic history was gathering to face 12 exploration ships whose crews still believed they were about to make peaceful contact with a friendly alien. Civilization time was running out for both sides to discover the truth before it was too late. The day humanity arrived with a fleet, the Empire stood frozen in terror. Helix Nebula sparkled with millions of colors as two very different fleets faced each other across the void of space. On one side, 12 human exploration vessels hung quietly in formation, their crews excited about making contact with a new alien civilization. On the other side, 10,000 Valdorian warships formed massive battle lines that stretched across several light minutes of space. Commander Blake stood on the bridge of the human diplomatic vessel, Harmony, looking through the viewports at the incredible sight before them. Never in human history had they encountered such a massive fleet. Captain Torres, Blake called over the communication system to the expedition leader. Are you seeing this? They have brought their entire navy to meet us. I see it, Torres replied from the Wanderer. They certainly know how to make an impressive welcome. Dr. Luna, what do you think about their ship designs? Dr. Luna, the expedition's xenobiologist and cultural expert, studied the alien fleet through her instruments. The ships were angular and aggressive-looking, covered in weapon arrays and armor plating. Very interesting, she said. Their ships seem designed for intimidation rather than exploration. This might be a warrior culture that values displays of military strength. What Dr. Luna did not understand was that the Valdorians were not trying to impress their visitors. They were preparing to fight for their lives against what they believed was an invasion force with godlike technology. On the bridge of the Valdorian flagship, Imperial Might, Emperor Nexus himself had come to witness this historic moment. Around him stood his greatest generals and admirals, all watching the small alien fleet with a mixture of fear and determination. They are not attacking, observed General Brack, studying his tactical displays. Why are they waiting? War Master Thorne had been thinking the same thing. Perhaps they are studying our formations, looking for weaknesses, or maybe they want us to attack first so they can claim we were the aggressors. Your Majesty, Admiral Krex reported from his command station. The aliens are transmitting again, same message as before. Put it through our best translation systems, Emperor Nexus ordered. The message played across the bridge speakers. Greetings. We come in peace to establish diplomatic relations. We would like to meet your representatives for peaceful discussion. Chief Analyst Vera frowned as she studied the translation data. Your Majesty, our computers are still having trouble with their language. The words seem peaceful, but the linguistic patterns suggest hidden meanings. What kind of hidden meanings? The Emperor asked. Demands for submission, sir. When they say peaceful discussion, our analysis suggests they actually mean surrender negotiations. Meanwhile, on the human ship Harmony, Commander Blake was growing concerned about the long silence from the alien fleet. Dr. Luna, is it normal for first contact to take this long? We have been sending peaceful messages for 3 days. Some cultures are very careful about new contacts, Dr. Luna explained. They might be having debates among their leadership about how to respond. The size of their fleet suggests they take these meetings very seriously. Lieutenant Rex, leading a Valdorian reconnaissance team, received orders to attempt a closer inspection of the alien vessels. His small scout ship approached what appeared to be the largest enemy vessel, expecting to find a massive command dreadnought filled with weapons and soldiers. Instead, Rex and his team found themselves looking at the human research ship, Discovery, where Dr. Yuki was conducting experiments on space crystals while her colleague, Engineer Kai, worked on improving their matter replication systems. Scan their ship. Rex ordered his team as they approached. Look for weapons, defenses, anything that can help us understand their capabilities. The Valdorian scanners detected energy patterns unlike anything in their databases. What they were seeing were common human technologies: artificial gravity generators, quantum computers, and molecular assemblers that could create any needed material from basic atoms. "Sir," reported scanner operator Nix, his voice filled with awe and terror. "Their ship appears to be generating its own gravity field, not rotating for artificial gravity, actually creating gravitational force from nothing." "That is impossible," Rex whispered. "Sir, they also have some kind of matter conversion system that can create any substance. Our scanners show it turning simple hydrogen into complex metals." Rex felt his blood run cold. These aliens possessed technologies that the Valdorian Empire considered theoretical impossibilities. If they could manipulate gravity and matter at will, what else could they do? "And sir," Nix continued, "we are detecting what appears to be civilians aboard their vessel, including families with children." This information shocked Rex more than the advanced technology. What kind of beings brought their families to war? Unless they are so confident in their power that they treat this like a pleasure cruise, Rex said grimly. "They do not even consider our entire fleet a threat worth worrying about." Back on the Discovery, Dr. Yuki noticed the alien scout ship approaching and called Captain Torres. "Captain, we have visitors. A small alien vessel is scanning our ship." "Excellent," Torres replied. "Maybe they want to do a cultural exchange, Dr. Luna. Prepare a welcome package showing human culture and technology." Dr. Luna quickly assembled a collection of human art, music, and basic scientific information. She also included samples of human food and simple technological demonstrations. "I will send it over in a shuttle," Dr. Luna said. "This is very exciting. First contact protocols are working perfectly." When the human shuttle approached the Valdorian scout ship, Rex nearly ordered his team to flee. The small craft moved with precision that seemed impossible, its energy signature showing power levels that could destroy his ship with ease. "They are sending a boarding party," Rex reported to Fleet Command. "Request permission to retreat." "Negative," came the reply from War Master Thorne. "We need intelligence on their capabilities. Find out what they want." The human shuttle docked with the Valdorian ship using magnetic clamps. Dr. Luna stepped aboard with a smile, carrying her cultural exchange package and a universal translator device. "Hello," she said cheerfully. "I am Dr. Luna from the Earth Exploration Fleet. We are very happy to meet your people." Rex stared at the alien being before him. Dr. Luna looked remarkably similar to a Valdorian, though smaller and with different coloring. More importantly, she appeared completely relaxed and friendly, showing no signs of the aggressive behavior he expected from a warrior species. You are explorers?" Rex asked hesitantly. "Yes," Dr. Luna replied, her translator converting her words into Rex's language. "We travel between stars to meet new civilizations and learn about different cultures. What we have seen of your people so far is very impressive." Rex felt confused. This did not match any invasion scenario he had studied. "But your ships, they have incredible power." "Oh yes," Dr. Luna said proudly. "Human engineering has come a long way. Would you like to see some examples?" Before Rex could respond, Dr. Luna activated a small device from her package. It was a matter replicator demonstration unit, designed to show other species how humans could create food and basic materials. "This is a food synthesizer," Dr. Luna explained. "It can create any meal from basic atoms. Would you like to try something?" To Rex, the device looked like a weapon that could rearrange matter at the molecular level. If these beings could reshape atoms with handheld tools, what could their ship-sized versions do? We need to report back to our fleet," Rex said, backing away slowly. "Of course," Dr. Luna said, still smiling. "Please tell your leaders that we would love to meet them for formal diplomatic talks. We have so much to learn from each other." As Rex's scout ship raced back to the Valdorian fleet, he struggled to understand what he had witnessed. The aliens seemed peaceful and friendly, but their casual mastery of impossible technologies was more terrifying than any weapon. Meanwhile, young Maya, a civilian teenager aboard the human ship Explorer, was working on her science project when she accidentally triggered an emergency beacon. The beacon sent an automated distress signal that would call for immediate military assistance. Maya quickly shut off the beacon, but the signal had already been transmitted across space toward Earth's military network. On the Valdorian flagship, sensors detected the powerful transmission heading away from the alien fleet at faster-than-light speeds. "They are calling for reinforcements," War Master Thorn announced grimly. "The invasion is about to begin." Neither side realized that everything was about to change. The day humanity arrived with a fleet, the Empire stood frozen in terror. Admiral Stone received the emergency signal while conducting routine patrol exercises near the Centauri system. The automated distress beacon from the exploration fleet triggered immediate response protocols throughout the Human Defense Corps. Navigation: plot a course for the Helix Nebula sector, Stone ordered from the bridge of his flagship Terra's Shield. Maximum speed. Communications: send word to the 3rd and 7th fleets. We may have a situation. Within hours, 300 of humanity's most advanced military vessels were racing through hyperspace toward what they believed was an attack on their peaceful exploration mission. These were not the science ships and diplomatic vessels of the exploration fleet. These were the warships that protected human space from pirates, hostile aliens, and other threats. Captain Fox, Admiral Stone's chief tactical officer, studied the limited information they had received from the distress signal. "Admiral, the signal came from the expedition's emergency system. It was brief, but it suggests they encountered a large alien fleet. Any word from Captain Torres or Commander Blake?" "Nothing since the distress signal, sir. That could mean their communications are being jammed or they are too busy fighting to send messages," Stone finished grimly. "How long until we arrive?" 6 hours at current speed, sir." Back in the Helix Nebula, the two fleets continued their tense standoff. The Valdorians had spent days analyzing every detail of the alien vessels, growing more concerned with each new discovery. The humans continued their patient attempts at diplomatic contact, unaware that their peaceful gestures were being interpreted as psychological warfare. War Master Thorn stood in the Imperial Command Center, surrounded by holographic displays showing every ship in both fleets. His tactical mind had been working constantly to find some weakness in the alien formation, some advantage the Valdorian Empire could use. "General Breck," Thorn called to his colleague, "I have completed my analysis of their fleet positioning. What did you find?" Brack asked hopefully. "Nothing good. Their formation appears random, but I believe it is actually a sophisticated pattern designed to maximize their defensive capabilities while hiding their true numbers." "What do you mean, hiding their numbers?" "I think those 12 ships are just the visible part of their fleet. Their technology allows them to hide additional vessels from our sensors." What Thorn was actually seeing were the standard energy patterns created by human ships' advanced sensors and communication systems. To Valdorian technology, these patterns looked like cloaked vessels. Emperor Nexus reviewed the latest reports from his scouts and analysts. Every piece of information made the situation seem more hopeless. The aliens possessed technology that seemed like magic. They showed no fear of the Empire's vast military might, and now they were calling for reinforcements. "Your Majesty," Admiral Krex reported, "our long-range sensors are detecting massive energy signatures approaching this system. Whatever the aliens called for, it is coming fast." "How long do we have?" the Emperor asked. "Based on their speed, approximately 6 hours." "Then we attack now," General Brack declared. "Before their reinforcements arrive, we still have a chance." Emperor Nexus looked around the command center at his greatest military leaders. All of them wore expressions of grim determination mixed with fear. They knew this might be the Empire's last battle, but they were prepared to fight to the end. "Give the order," Emperor Nexus said quietly. "All ships, begin the attack." Across the vast Valdorian fleet, 10,000 warships powered up their weapons and began moving toward the small human formation. It was the largest military assault in the Empire's history. On the human ship Wanderer, Captain Torres watched in amazement as the alien fleet began approaching. "Dr. Luna, are you seeing this? They are putting on quite a show. Look at the coordination." The day humanity arrived with a fleet, the Empire stood frozen in terror of all those ships. Dr. Luna studied the approaching formation with growing concern. "Captain, those ships have their weapons powered up. This does not look like a ceremonial display." "Weapons?" Torres frowned. "Are you sure?" "Positive, sir. And they are targeting our ships. Torres felt a moment of confusion, then understanding hit him like a cold wave. They think we are attacking them. Red alert! All ships defensive positions. The human exploration fleet quickly shifted into protective formations, their automated defense systems coming online as thousands of alien ships closed in on them. The first Valdorian weapons fired at maximum range. Massive energy beams and explosive missiles streaked across space toward the human ships. It was enough firepower to destroy entire space stations. The human point defense systems activated automatically. Energy shields deflected the incoming attacks like rain bouncing off windows. Defensive lasers shot down missiles with casual precision. In 17 minutes of intense combat, not a single human ship took any damage. The Valdorians watched in horror as their most powerful weapons proved completely useless against the alien technology. Worse, the aliens did not even bother to return fire. They simply absorbed the attack and continued their peaceful attempts at communication. Cease fire. Cease fire! War Master Thorn ordered across the fleet communication channels. We are accomplishing nothing except wasting ammunition. General Brack stared at his tactical displays in disbelief. How is this possible? We hit them with everything we have. Their defensive technology is beyond our understanding, Thorn replied. We might as well be throwing rocks at a mountain. At that moment, space itself seemed to tear open as Admiral Stone's fleet emerged from hyperspace. 300 human military vessels appeared in perfect formation. Their arrival so sudden and overwhelming that Valdorian sensors temporarily shut down from overload. Captain Fox stood beside Admiral Stone on the bridge of Terra's shield, studying the tactical situation. Admiral, I am reading one small human fleet surrounded by approximately 10,000 alien vessels. The aliens appear to have been firing on our people. Any human casualties? Stone asked grimly. None, sir. Our ship's defensive systems handled the attack easily. Good. Now let us end this before it gets worse. Admiral Stone opened a communication channel to both fleets. His voice carried the authority of someone accustomed to commanding vast military forces. This is Admiral Stone of the Human Defense Corps. I am ordering an immediate ceasefire. Any ship that fires another weapon will be disabled. To demonstrate his point, Stone ordered a single warning shot from his flagship's main battery. The beam struck an empty area of space, creating an explosion visible from both fleets. The energy release was equivalent to a small star going nova. The Valdorian fleet stopped moving entirely. In their entire history, they had never seen a weapon with that much power. A single shot from one human ship had released more energy than their entire fleet could generate. Engineer Marcus, working aboard the human cruiser, New Horizon, noticed something interesting about the alien ships. Captain Rivera, Marcus called to his commanding officer, these alien vessels are using very primitive technology. Their power systems are incredibly inefficient and their weapons are based on principles we stopped using centuries ago. Are you saying they are not a threat? Rivera asked. I am saying they are not advanced at all, ma'am. Compared to our technology, they are like children playing with toys. This information quickly spread through the human fleet. The realization that they had been fighting a less advanced civilization changed everything. Captain Torres, still confused about how peaceful first contact had turned into a battle, opened a communication channel to the alien fleet. This is Captain Torres of the Earth Exploration Corps. We came here in peace. Why did you attack us? On the Valdorian flagship, the translation systems finally managed to process the human language correctly. For the first time, both sides could understand each other clearly. We thought you were invading our empire, Emperor Nexus replied hesitantly. Your ship showed technology far beyond our understanding. We believed you came to conquer us. Conquer you? Torres sounded genuinely surprised. We are explorers. We came here hoping to make friends and learn about your civilization. War Master Thorn looked at his tactical displays one more time. The human fleet could have destroyed every Valdorian ship within minutes, but they had chosen not to return fire. They had disabled the Imperial fleet without killing a single person. Your Majesty, Thorn said quietly, I do not think they are conquerors. Conquerors do not show mercy to defeated enemies. Admiral Stone, listening to the conversation between the two fleet commanders, made a decision that would change galactic history forever. Captain Torres, Stone said over the communication channel, I think we need to have a proper diplomatic meeting. These people deserve to know who we really are.